Guys, Fula coming to you with another commentary real quick. Now, I, I gave my reasons for not dating, and one of my reasons for not dating, especially in a Islamic perspective, is like, there's really no need to date. You have a sit down, you establish what you guys expect from one another. You guys maybe talk to each other's family as well. They talk to you. They pick your brain, and it's either a yay or a nay. The main reason why don't I won't date Western women or take them out on dates is number one, financially. I can find better use for my money. Like there's better things I can do with the money, like investing it, like putting it towards what I'm doing back home in Africa and buying books. And at this time, like since I'm a guy who derives more benefit from reading actual books than ebooks, this is why I buy them. Now, another reason for me not dating is I just have my guard up at all time, and I don't trust Western women at all. Be it that they be Belejo, be it that they be Denejo, or what we call Tubak in our dialect, Bronca, whatever you want to call them. We have many different names for them, but I just don't trust them. I just have no need to trust them. Now, this further more solidifies why I don't need to trust them, you know, and why you guys maybe need to not date. But let's get into this article. Instagram honey, and then this goes on to the fact about like how feminists want to have their cake and eat it too, meaning that they want to they want to be able to do everything that men do. They want to be able to fight and stuff like that. They want to be able to do all of that, but not suffer the consequences for doing that. But let's get into it. Instagram honey trapper lures NYC man to 24-hour torture and ransom ordeal, prosecutors claim. The 24-year-old was found stabbed, burned, and gagged in the back of a van. So the age difference wasn't really that much anyway. She was 22, he was 24. A New York man who thought he was heading to an Instagram hookup instead walked into a 24-hour torture ordeal, prosecutors have alleged. So, I mean, this goes to show you that, like, it's never a good look to be involved with I want to say like any kind of person you meet off of social media, you know. Court documents obtained by the New York Post accused 22-year-old Valerie Rosario of setting a honey trap for a man she lured to her Bronx apartment with the intention of ransoming him for $100,000. So people will do anything for the bag, as you see. Prosecutors say she was part of a gang of four who targeted the 24-year-old victim after seeing him flash his wealth on social media. Now, that's the mistake he made, too. You never want to show how much you have on social media. You always want to be quiet with the wealth you have. Now, unfortunately, we live in a society where it's so superficial that that's all the modern Western woman is looking for is your wealth. So in order to get her, you know, or in order to, I guess, have some sort of companionship with her. If you may be a guy who's like of the upper echelon, then you have to unfortunately show that you have something most of the time. Now, the alleged attack happened on February 7th when Rosario invited the complete stranger over to her apartment at 1 a.m. after connecting with him on the app, and they said, but shortly after he arrived, three men burst into the home with guns and began pistol whipping the victim. The four then stripped him and put him in a bathtub before pouring flammable substances on him and burned him with a flame. The criminal complaint claims it says that they also stabbed them multiple times in the back legs and body. Now, best believe, be it that she's Hispanic, that the guys who did this were, she was riding the cock carousel with these guys, Juan, Jose, Carlos, and Felipe. You know what I mean? So, with that being said, one should just basically understand that they didn't have to pay, but this guy did have to pay, unfortunately, in a bad way. After multiple hours of torture, he was moved from the Marble Hill Avenue address to a different location where they then called his family to demand a ransom. Assistant District Attorney Andrew Kluger said at Rosario's arraignment on Thursday. According to Kluger, they FaceTimed the victim's brother, demanding cash as they continued to torture him with a knife. Give us $100,000 or we will kill him, they threatened, per the court docs. Police were able to track down the alleged kidnappers to a location in Queens where they surrounded a parked van. Inside, they said they found Javier Vargas armed with a knife. In the back of the van, they said they found the victim unconscious, wrapped in a blanket with tape covering his mouth, the complaint said. He was barely breathing, Kluger added. The victim was rushed to the hospital where he was treated for multiple burn and stab wounds to his face, back, body, and legs. Rosario is facing charges of kidnapping and attempted murder, which she denies. Her attorney, Raymond Loving, asked she be released on her own recognizance, pointing out that she lives with her mom, brother, and has a full-time job at the dentist's office. Well, obviously, that full-time job ain't enough. But Kluger argued that someone who allegedly abducted a complete stranger and tortured him for 24 hours should be held without bail, which is true. The judge ordered her to remain in custody until the case is presented before a grand jury this week. Good choice. According to the Post, Vargas and another of the alleged accomplices were also remanded after being arrested and charged last week. So this is just a short video showing you why I ain't gonna date. Yeah, I'm definitely not gonna mess with no Western Belejo or Denejo or Western Latin woman for that reason. It's because like it's gotten to a point where like they have no remorse, But anyhow, man, let me know what y'all think about this, and like, are y'all gonna take heed and not spend money? Because even when you go on dates, it's not really appreciated. But there's one more thing I want to show, And this just goes to show you that like Western women are very unappreciative. Now here we go. Let's listen to it.
Yes, she is. Women are we have intrinsic value. We are the prize. Like,
No, you're not the prize. In fact, without us, without us, you guys wouldn't even be where you are today.
men go to work for women. Wait, what?
Nah, men go to work for because we know men work for money. Men do what they do for money because they know if they don't do it for money, nobody's gonna take care of them. Versus if a woman decides that they don't want to work for money or they don't want to do anything, then obviously there's things in place where like people will take care of them, you know.
Yeah, why do you go to work? To pay bills for your woman? No, for myself.
Yeah.
Yes, she is.
You see how dumb she is? And it's sad because, you know, she's of obviously like a UK background, but, you know, her parents are from the Caribbean or something like that. Yeah, I just wonder where the hell do they get these ideas from? And that hopefully it ain't coming from the parents, you know, hopefully. But anyhow, leave your thoughts and your comments. Full of signing out. Inshallah.